What's up, party people? I'm not sure what that was about, but this is Ask Away with Jay. It is Wednesday, feeling mighty fine. Got the Crown and Cherry Coke today, which is fantabulous. And let's do our thing. I've got some questions down here, so this way we can kind of go over the questions a little bit better format than typical. We'll run this about 30-40 minutes and rock out. Electric Water! What up, my friend? Dipsy Doo Dunkaroo, baby, what up? Check out the Aquatic Lounge on Facebook. What's going on, Fisher Frontosa? I'm going to lower the camera so that it doesn't look all funny. We'll see if that helps out a little bit. Working on the night moves. Woo. I think that's good. Looks good. Alright, let's check it out. Huh? Is this better? Well, I guess this is what happens when you're not prepared for anything. But hey, look. There's a lot that goes on. Look, you can see my swimming trunks. Huh? Fancy. Fancy, sir. So now you know what I wear in the pool. So here's the deal. Most of you know now that I work at Universal Rocks, and most of you know that I am now commuting to Texas, so I am staying at a friend's house, and so it's not typical setup. It's been like that for a while. I didn't keep it from everybody just to be secretive. I wanted to make sure that it was working out and that I was a good fit for Universal Rocks, etc. And so that's why things look weird. But Mindy's tank's down here. I've got most of my stuff, the Around Nature tanks, actually in the kitchen of this house. And all of the stuff will go to Universal Rocks. So, I mean, a lot of stuff has happened over the last 2 months. ACA publicity chairman, Universal Rocks, kind of not in charge, but the big point of contact for the aquatic division of Universal Rocks. So it's really, really, really crazy. So Adam Pooley, B2 Fishy, South Carolina. What up, my man? Antonio Rena, Jacob Grims, Sean Stoddard. Hey, Jay, congrats on your new tanks. I got my new 180 running now and discus in the old 90 gallon. Take it east from the down under. So funny, because I feel like I'm still down under, because the Dunn family is from Australia, and it's awesome to work with them. It's just a pretty cool experience. What is Electric and Jacob talking about? I have no idea. Waiting on him. I'm right here. So I'm tired. Let me be honest. I'm exhausted, but I still am passionate about what I do. I'm commuting 3.5 to 3 hours and 45 minutes twice a week. I go home on the weekends. I spend time with my family. I try to detach myself from everything. And then Monday through Thursday, it is at work, enjoying what I do, answering questions, emails, making sure orders are getting fulfilled. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this without my wife. And you guys know her, and she is phenomenal. So it's a really, really big thing. Man, I'm so ticked off. I just got a 250 and it cracked during delivery. Hey, Martel, I'm sorry that happened. Not to pitch myself, but if you're looking for a tank, let me know. There might be something I can do to help you out. But I wouldn't say I'm the hardest working man in the biz. What I would say is that I'm dedicated. I'm willing to do much more than somebody else for the greater good of what I'm trying to do. And that's not because I do more or I think I'm better. It's ultimately that's the way I have developed myself. I want to be the person that tries much harder, does much harder, because I may not be very talented, but I forgot who said it. It might have been Kevin Durant, but it said, you know, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And that's true with anything. You could be phenomenal at whatever you do, but if you're lazy at it, the hardworking person doing exactly what you're doing can come up and just take it all away from you. So I've always had this hardworking mentality, and I enjoy what I do. Martel, the 250 thing, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Mario Portelio, hola, hermano. Shout out to you. No, Mindy is a saint. I'm surprised she's been with me for 15 years, but awesome stuff. If you see all these fish in the tank, I'll take them. So let's just get right off the bat and start asking questions. Now here's the deal with Ask Away with Jay. It is very fluid. It's very flexible. We can do just about anything. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Huh? You feeling motivated? You want a little inspiration? Or you may be feeling down about your fishies, and we can help you with that too. So honestly, we can do just about anything. Did you see what happened to Joey's arowana? I absolutely did. It is a horrible situation. And Joey's very good at what he does. He has a large, I don't like using fan or follower. He just has a lot of people that are interested in what he's doing. And that arowana has been in multiple tanks. I don't know what happened. I have not reached out to Joey yet. I saw more of it today. He was working on a floating tank for him. And I just hope it pulls through, because I understand how much that fish means to him, talking to him off and on. So definitely a sad thing. What is going on, Adam C? Same as I was up all day trying to figure out what's up with my tank. I found out that it was my nitrate. So yeah, it was horrible. I've been working on that. So you woke up and found out it was your nitrates. Why? J&B Aquariums, why don't you elaborate a little bit? If you were having problems and it was just your nitrates, I suspect that something else was happening. So give me some more info on that. IFG, what's up, my brother? I see you, homeboy. Martel, yeah, I'm definitely looking for a tank, something more than 200 gallons. Let me know. Chris AA. So I'm gonna touch on Chris AA's comment right now. People will do anything for marketing. They'll do anything for a shout out. So yes, I can hear you. But here's the thing. It's not about just a shout out. A shout out is not going to draw. I've only got what? 15,000 subscribers right now. I'm not going to get you more subscribers. And me saying, Chris AA, yes, go follow him on YouTube. The problem is you have to put out content people are willing to sit through, like me being stupid. People listen to it, and maybe it's because I can be a character, or maybe it's because I enjoy what I do. I don't know. But what I do know is I've helped a lot of people, not just fish-wise, but personally, helped them through struggles, and so I continue to do it. Me giving you a shout-out is not going to help you. I promise you that. B2 Fishy... Peters, what are some good books to learn different cichlid species? It's a funny thing you should ask. Matter of fact, I've got Malawi cichlids sitting right in front of me. This is the 5th edition. It's in their natural habitat. You can see it, enjoy it. Odd Konings does an amazing job. But what I really like about it is that it gives you the scientific name. It doesn't give you all, check out my super cool coral red, pink, dotty, white, blanco peacock, you know, and then it's just confusion. This is the fish, it's in the wild, this is where it's found, this is typically what it eats, this is its breeding behaviors, and bang. If you can get a base fundamental knowledge of what goes on in this book in terms of Malawi cichlids, so you've got Pseudotropheus, Alnacara, Haplochromin, I mean, you have them all in here. And this will help you become ultimately a better fish keeper, I think. Let's see. Flat brim or low crown fitted hats? Depends. I do like a vintage style low crown hat, but depends on the fitted hat. If the fitted hat sits slightly low, I'm digging it. The dragon blood behind you is being bad while you aren't watching. Adam C, it has nothing to do with that dragon blood. Actually, it's this guy. He is, I forgot again to grab a net, but he needs to come out. I've tried everything. I've moved rocks. I've restructured, and it's a no-go. He's still a complete clown. What peacocks are you sending my way? Funny you should ask. I'm not going to be mailing out any peacocks, but I have an idea for some things here in the big old great state of Texas. But more on that to follow. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, so... Have trouble keeping plecos alive in a 75-gallon tank. I don't know. That's a very open-ended question. It's, do you like sneakers? That's kind of the same thing. So I would say, if you're having trouble keeping plecos, check your pH, check your big three: ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. And somebody has decided, the roommate next to me has decided to try to play the guitar. And if they can hear this, I hope that they learn how to play the guitar. I don't know about plecos, but I would check those: pH, ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, and then go from there. Get the hair dryer on them. I don't know what, V-neck or crew neck. I like crew neck. The V-neck to me is, I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I do V-necks every once in a while, but I prefer crew necks. Do you like sneaker? Yes, I like sneakers. Been busy with work, haven't done any videos or anything in a while. I mean, it happens. Hey Jay, been a while seeing a live vid, my friend. Miyagi. Hi, Mr. Miyagi. Hi. That was very, I apologize. that was very Japanese, cliche. So, I hope you're doing well, man. I know you did a lot of stuff, and I know you got, life got caught up with you, so I hope you're doing better. I hope you're back into fish, or just at least enjoying fish videos. Cichlid Madman, lots of frontosa. So you've got lots of frontosa in there, but I don't know. Jay, are you going to do a booth at the Aquatic Experience, or will you be at the Universal Rocks booth? Nate Vanderloon, I'm not sure. If I'm going by myself as Northfin USA, I don't find the necessity for me to have a booth. And the reason being is because I don't like being tied to a booth if it's for myself. That means that I have to stand there and peddle you product when we can get it online for cheap and discount it the same way as if you would pick it up, and less trouble lugging it out of there. What I find better is I can actually hang out with my friends. I can actually hang out with you. I can go to lunches. I can go to dinners. I can grab a drink with you. Instead of going, I'm sorry, would you like a 250-gram bag of food? Hold on, you're looking at a t-shirt and a ball cap. Give me a moment. Oh, yes, it has whole Antarctic krill. I mean, there's just too much, and what I'm trying to be and who I am, I struggle with that because I want to talk. But if I do go on behalf of Universal Rocks, I'll still be able to do that because there isn't, when a Universal Rocks sets up their amazing booths, it's just cool to hang out in. So people coming in, checking out tanks, checking out rocks and backgrounds and vines and trees. To me, it's a cooler experience than sitting behind fish food. So, yes, about that. Vanilla or chocolate? Just having this talk today with Ben Dunn from Universal Rocks, and chocolate all the way, 100. I went to my local fish store, had to test my water, and my nitrates were bad. He asked how much I was feeding, and I said 1 to 2 times a day. He also asked about, and there's nothing else. So, the big thing is, yeah, feeding can cause high nitrates, but I don't necessarily know if nitrates were the direct correlation to what your issues were. Local fish stores do a great job of getting a lot of information, and some don't. Matter of fact, I heard of one recently that says anything you watch on YouTube or you see on the internet is false. That is more false than I've ever heard because there's more information readily available at our fingertips if we search properly for that information on the internet. But what I'm failing to see is the local fish store rising up and gaining that vast knowledge. Now, there are some out there. I'm not knocking them whatsoever, but I notice a lot of local fish stores that become very bitter in what they do. It's the big box retailers are destroying me, and it's this and it's that, and it's a struggle, and I don't want to do this anymore, but I'm still doing it, and it's nobody wants to hear that. We want to see some amazing things, and it doesn't have to be the cheapest. It just has to be delivered and executed properly. And it doesn't have to be on a mass scale. It can be done very simplistically. You know, guys are doing it out of garages and small office spaces and things like that. It doesn't have to be beautifully set up. That's cool, but that's not what's going to drive and pay the bills and give you the career you're looking for. You're looking for simplicity, execution, and your target audience of what the product is. And so I would say that your nitrates may have been an issue, but not 100% the issue. I need a recommendation for a new Universal Rocks background. I need something really thin. I already have the Rocky, so I want something different. So Adam, I've had the crystal wall in my tank, and it is thin. It's not as thin as, let's say, the crevice. The crevice is really cool because it's thinner, but it still has some dimension to it. I really dig on it. When you say thin, how thin? Under 5 inches, under 6 inches, under 2 inches. Give me more information and I can give you more options. Joey Watts 9, thank you for checking us out. Chocolate for the win. The mob guy impersonation is my favorite. Yeah, you see, fella here, we've got a couple of backgrounds that we want to sell you, you see? $25 and I'm going to need you to protect the block and I'll take care of your family. How's that? Good point. Bought some stuff from Universal Rock's booth last year. Seeing it in person is believing. Yeah. I mean, I don't work there because I don't believe in the product. That's the problem. You can believe in somebody, that's great, but you need to have the full spectrum. You have to believe in the product, you have to believe in the people behind the product, and you have to see passion. That is why I am doing what I do. That is why we were able to formulate a relationship that we did. It's a two-way street. I'm going to jump off on this real quick, but it's, you know, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new Lipton bottle for your 150-gallon tank. Get it while it's hot at $69.99. No CODs. And you're like, oh, dear Lipton, I am a YouTuber, I'm a Facebooker, I'm a tweeter, I'm a Pinterester, I'm a Viner, used to be Viner. I really enjoy G+, and I have a big, huge marketing background with fish, and I would appreciate it if you sent me 5 of these products. And then that company says, look, I'm sorry, we've priced it very well, it's hard for us to get it out. Dear company, your customer service is horrible. Thank you for not doing anything. And that goes for my business, I've seen it everywhere. Everywhere I've seen it. That has nothing to do with it. You have to show a company something. It's not like, bring, yes, this is Fluval. Yeah, Fluval. My name is Jay Wilson, and I am pretty awesome on YouTube. I have some cool fish. I have some cool glass boxes with water in it. And I'm going to need you to send me some 5FX6s because I see that you like to give away stuff. Okay, so what are you going to do for us? Well, I've never owned your product, and this is a time or chance for me to own your product. That's not how it works. You haven't built any value. You haven't shown anything. So if you want to have the ability to impact the hobby or impact through a company to help and maybe be in a position to receive samples or free product, you have to show something first. You have to deposit before you can withdraw. So that's that. Is the crevice what Spalding has? Yes, the crevice is what Spalding has. But wait, there's more. We've been working on a few colors that we're going to debut Universal Rocks wise. Hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely next week. And you'll be able to see it on product and have the ability to get it. Granted, it will only be for custom work, so it will be a little bit more expensive than what you can readily get on the website, but it's freaking awesome. So, kudos on the Universal Rocks gig. Are you still doing Northfin thing as well? Sorry I haven't been keeping up lately. Fisher Frontosa, yes. I do it, but my wife does more of it. My wife has Mindy has done a phenomenal job at running the front of Northfin USA, and I'm so greatly appreciative. And there's some amazing things to come through it, and I'm really excited to see how it unfolds. So, and as far as you not being able to keep up, that's okay, man. Life happens, dude. I have a Planet Tank, 15 Neon Tetras, 5 Black Neon Tetras, 2 Cory Cats, 2 Bristlenose Plecos, and 2 Opaline Gouramis in a 55-gallon Planet Tank. Any ideas for more fish? If your tank is good and everything is stable, don't mess with it. Oh dear in the pubs. Please don't mess with it. I wouldn't even know. Maybe add more neons, maybe black neons, or maybe get some Cardinal Tetras. I wouldn't go anything more crazy than that because, I mean, it's probably amazing to look at. Allow it to establish itself and figure out what happens there. Just because you think you can add more fish doesn't necessarily mean you should add more fish. Valley Girl impersonation is classic. I'm feeding my 2 to 3 inch juvie peacock 3 times a day. Is that okay, and should I cut back? Gail, I would look at your numbers. Look at your nitrate. If your nitrate is elevated, cut back on feeding. I'm not a huge fan in terms of feeding that many times. I feed once, maybe twice a day, depending on how old they are, and I do skip days. I don't have not necessarily a set routine, so my fish are actively working at it and looking for food and picking off the backgrounds and rocks for algae. So I don't feel they need to be fed every 5 minutes or 3 times a day, 7 days a week. I just don't feel that they would do that in the wild. They don't do that. They don't have that processing power in their stomach as the latest computer processor. I mean, that's a stupid analogy. But they don't process or digest food the way we do. It's smaller, it's different, and too much food causes a lot of issues. Let's see. My friend went to his local fish store and said he could put a yellow lab with his goldfish. His pet goldfish that he had for many years was dead within 48 hours. I don't want to beat this dead horse. Look. You walk into my store and I got 2 products side by side. You already know that they shouldn't go together. You already know that if you mix these, it will smell like a cat has peed on your pillow. And then your uncle farted on it. Okay? That's gross. But I'm telling you that these will be the most phenomenal things you could put together. It's synergistic. Absolutely you can. And if you buy them both right now, I'll take freaking $5 off the total. It's a business. It's a business first. I get it. But you also have to be able, as a fish keeper, as somebody that's with your friend or knows your friend, instill some knowledge, give them a little piece of information. And then they won't put themselves in these bad situations based off of their local fish store. The thing I see time and time again is we build trust so fast because we base it all off of freaking reviews that we see on the internet, or we don't go to a place because we base it off of reviews. It's like, well, that place had only 2.5 stars. Yeah, I ain't gonna bet there. They had 2.5, maybe a little notch there, maybe 2.65 stars. Freaking place. Bad customer service. And then you read the comments and it was like, wouldn't give me more bread, or I only spent 30 minutes in here and spent $6 and they didn't give me free this. Read the comments, read the reviews. A lot of this stuff is muffled and silly. We demand so much, but we want to give so little, and we wonder why things close down. So then these other businesses like local fish stores have to figure out a new strategy to keep their business afloat. And that is to sell more product. And I can't knock them for that. But what I can knock is the fish keeper that continues to go in there and do the same thing and spend more money without doing research. And you don't do the research. And what happens? You waste money, you complain the hobby's too expensive, you go through a meltdown because your tank crashed because you were the one that started it, and I'm done with that. Coming in late was actually changing some water. Good job, Chad Mallory, doing your thing. I really enjoy it, man. Yeah, additionally, there are a ton of plants. The guy that had the 55-gallon. Oh dear, and pubs, man, leave it. Or she, leave it. Leave it. Let it do its thing. Maybe, like I said, add some more tetras or something, but don't go crazy. I felt horrible about the goldfish. He's a beginner and barely knows anything about fish, so he didn't do his research before buying that lab. People got to do research first. Absolutely. You research everything else. You research a new mattress. You research a new car. You research a dang house. You get it inspected before you buy it, but you will spend $50 on a fish and then grab another fish that is completely opposite of it, and it worked one time back in 1937. It was never documented, and it was passed down from generations. And so we do it and we lose 90 bucks because we didn't take 10 minutes of our time and jump into a legitimate Facebook group or a forum or read a book for 2 minutes. They come digitally, and then we blow it. And then we have so many issues. We do this stuff to ourselves, man. I am in Rowlett right now. I'm in the big techs, you know, everybody. Matter of fact, one of the guys here, he's a big Dallas fan, Dallas Cowboys. But he's very passionate about Texas. And Texas has always been like that ever since I left Connecticut in the military. Anybody that was from Texas was like, yeah, man, I'm from Texas. You got a problem with that? It's like, no, man, I'm just curious. Yeah, Texas is better. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Why? Texas is better. Okay. Why? Because it is, man. You don't like it, don't live here. So, okay. And I was going to do a southern country accent, but that guy doesn't like it. Yeah, man, everything in Texas is better, man. But, so, yes, I am currently in Rowlett right now. I do work in Garland. Stop by the shop. Come check it out. We'll walk you through, give you a tour, show you the cool things that we do. Not sure if this was asked, but how do you like the new job? Absolutely love it. I don't consider it a job. When I was in the military and I did protection and ran around doing all the fun stuff all over the world, I never thought of it one time as a job. It was never a grind. It was never just a way to make money. And that was one of the things that really took a long time with Universal Rocks, was talking to Ben, talking to Stuart mainly, and Ben kind of massaging me about it. And I knew that I would enjoy it, but I wanted to make sure that they were taking a risk on me, and I'm taking a risk by, I mean, guys, like legitimately, I'm leaving behind my son and my wife for 4 days a week. 6 months old. My wife has to do everything so that I can pursue something that I enjoy. Fish. Being able to help folks, creating things, talking about tanks, helping build better stuff, helping, you know, better reach with the things that we're doing. I'm a lucky freaking dude. And I know it. But I have to make sacrifices as well. And leaving behind my kid is probably one of the hardest, most gut-wrenching things that I ever have to do. And every Sunday when I get ready to leave, it's like watching all dogs go to heaven. Dang it. So, now Callie Sickler, man, I'm always fired up, baby. I got the chicken and cherry cola. Yeah, it's a tough thing, man. What's going on, Cichlid Nut? Tim Howard, I apologize. I have to say this out loud. I was reading it, and I'm glad I stopped, because I was like, what's going on, Cichlid Nutsack? So I apologize, dude. I have a 12-inch Terra, a 7-inch Jack Dempsey, 3-inch Jewel, and 3 Plecos in a 90-gallon tank. I'm upgrading to a 125. You think I could add a big Oscar to the tank? Jacob Shrem, why? Why would you think I would be a better person to ask than yourself? I've been to the shop. How is the breeding room coming along? Shh. It's coming along very nicely. Matt Webster, what's up, Gimp? Ken Borman has... Ken, go ahead and drop what you do right now in the comments. Ken Boren is out in Canada by way of Australia, mate. So he is and he loves rainbow fish. The Bormans are phenomenal people. You've seen them in many videos that I've done for the ACA. They sell books and posters and little trinkets, and they have an online store that does much more. They're wonderful people. Check them out. Matt Webster, my man. Black spots on my Mbuna. Melanie, hit me back again here in a few minutes with that. I want to touch on that because I've got some more factual evidence, unlike some people out there that don't think so. Jay is on fire. I read it on Facebook, so it's okay. Yeah, I also read that you can put coconut oil in your gas tank and it helps with fuel economy. Disclaimer, don't do it. Hey, oh dear and pubs, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Gimpy in the house. LeBron is to basketball as what Jay Wilson is to the fish game. No. LeBron is a phenomenal athlete. Yeah, I appreciate the analogy. I think LeBron is very talented. I think what I do is not as talented as what LeBron does, but that's the way I look at things. I am talented in other ways that LeBron couldn't touch, and if I picked up a basketball, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm the next Larry Bird. I don't know. But I'm definitely not. It's the only sport I've ever broken a bone in. Matt the fish pimp with a limp in the house. I thought, why would you put a yellow lab dog in a goldfish tank? Then I realized this is fish. Can I put a chocolate lab in with my orca? I mean, sorry, I had to do that. did you do a video about black spots? I most certainly, I most certainly did a video on black spots, and I'll touch basis with it again. Hey Jay, did you get Lou all taken care of? Let Hillary know if we can help in any way. Absolutely, Lou has been fully taken care of. We have got the stuff ready. It's going to ship out, and he should be well taken care of for quite a bit of time. And I feel grateful that I'll plug it. I feel grateful that the Aquatic Lounge has the ability of camaraderie to gather people even after a heated debate to say, hey, I want to donate to this guy because, you know what, he needs it, and I don't need all of it right now. That is mind-blowing, and in the fish community is phenomenal. And to see people try to reach out for him, and he said no. I was sneaky, waited 3 days, came back and said, hey Lou, hey, what's your address again? And he gives it to me and says, for what? And I said, don't worry about it. And so now he knows what we're doing, but I was able to facilitate to help those people do what they wanted to do and were unable to help. And now as a group, we're able to help. And to me, that is better than anything. The old lady Yenta impersonation is always fun. I've seen your one video on black spots, and I've seen the video you referred to about spirulina, and I watched it and thought there's no way that spirulina causes black spots. It doesn't. It does not cause the black spots on your fish. It is done because of crappy breeding. It started off with birds pooping all over, people going, oh Muffy, look at over there. There seems to be a bird pooping in the water, and the fish is eating it. And then there was something that came from that, but that's not what's happening today. We are destroying the way we breed fish. We're like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, Archie. Yeah. You know, they're breeding. Look at all the fry. Oh my goodness, look at all the fry. They're so cute and cuddly. That's what we do. But we're just breaking down this bloodline, and it happens all the time, everywhere in the world. And so you'll get a fish that has some sort of pigment issue. The black spots, not the OB trait or the morph trait you would see in Tropheus that Pam Chin talked about. You're actually seeing a pigment issue, almost like vitiligo for the human, except for humans it stays there. It's a pigment retraction, I believe. But with fish, it can come and go because it's all based on everything. It's based on hormones, it's based on, intake of the nutrients that they're really keeping and not keeping, stress level, the way they were bred, all that stuff. It's not spirulina. And the people that keep saying it, stop buying from them. Stop associating with them because they're spreading false knowledge. And those are the people that create false promises through promised product. Do I smell like fish? Dipsy Doo Dunkaroo, you have a good week, my brother. I smell like swagger from Old Spice. So this is not a tapeworm. No. If you have sunken belly, there could be some sort of issue. Like I've got some sunken belly in here, but it's not a disease. It's an aggression issue where they're constantly attacking these fish. And I leave for 3 days, I come back and I see it, and I've got to get them out so that I can plump them back up and they'll be perfectly fine. Have you ever heard of DAT Cichlids online, retailer of exotic cichlids? What retailers are you recommending currently? D, that truth. As far as recommendations, everybody knows that a really good friend of mine, is Butch Livingston. He owns Southeast Cichlids. You will also know that I have a really good friend, and his name is Josh Cunningham. And I don't say friend like other people say friend, like legit friend. I talk to them quite often. I associate with them quite often, and they have very good stocks. Now, it doesn't mean that other people don't have good fish or that I wouldn't order from them. It's just, why would I order from them when I have the fish readily available? I have, the friendship is built over time. It was not built on anything other than us actually just associating, ourselves with each other. I've ordered from the Cichlid Shack before. I've ordered from Quinn's Fins before. I've ordered from the Wonder of Cichlids. I mean, the Wonder of Cichlids is doing his German import from the guy. I forgot the guy's name, but he'll send out his list, and he's got great stuff. And so, his list will come out, you can see the list, and then Trevor will get on that list and bring those fish for somebody that can't, and he does a great job at that. So there's so many different people that have African cichlids that it's hard for me to name them all. I have not had the capabilities or cash flow to get fish from everybody, but the ones you hear about, majority of the time are the ones that have been around a long time. You saw these cichlids been around for over 10 years. Come on. How's a dude been around for 10 years and he would suck, right? Josh Cunningham's been doing this quite a while. He was the MCA president, well, he still is the MCA president. He was running the ACA. He's got his own business. He works. He's a father. I mean, the dude's a freaking motivator, man. That's awesome. 55 community tank might be moved to a 38 gallon, so I can start a cichlid tank in the 55 cycle. Of course, what's a better filtration canister or 270 HOB fluvels? That's up to you. I like a canister. Maybe do a cheaper canister and an HOB. Have like a combination of both. That'd be great. Should I test parameters on top of the tank and the bottom of the tank? I'm sure there's some scientific approach. Just get water out of the tank. And it's not 100% accurate anyway, so it doesn't matter if you work harder to get water from the bottom of the tank or, you know, from somewhere else. Use a turkey baster, take it from the middle column of the water in and do your thing. Thanks, because it's been driving me nuts, and I knew I wasn't spirulina because I'm not that silly to believe that I do not know when lights come on, the spots are a few to none and get worse longer the lights are on. I mean, it's a bunch of different things. I was talking to a guy recently, bought some fish. I won't say any names, but it was locally, and they're getting from a place I know about that doesn't have very good breeding habits. And the fish had a bunch of black spots on its lips and a couple of black spots to the head, and they didn't know what it was. And that's what it is. It's breeding. To me, it's breeding. It's a combination of all of the things, man. So at least you know it's not spirulina. How is my 540 gallon coming? It's coming, Gina. It's coming. Matter of fact, we were talking about you today, Gina. So it's going to be pretty epic. We're really excited that we're able to have the opportunity to build your 540 gallon tank. How many peacocks would you recommend for a 55 gallon, and is there any haps that would go well with them? I would not put haps in a 55 gallon. That is me. Minimum for certain haps, maybe a 75 gallon. Yeah, 75 gallon for a breeding group. But when you're looking at peacocks, I wouldn't do too many at 55 gallon just because there's not a ton of space. 13, maybe 13, 14, 15 max, depending on size, with nothing else in there. But no haps. I wouldn't do that. Do you have discus, or have ever had? No, I do not have discus. I have toyed with the idea in the beginning of having discus when I first started fish keeping, and I went and watched some for about 15 minutes and realized that, to me, they're beautiful fish, but they're too boring for me. And so my mind has to constantly move. I have a ton of head trauma, and so I'm constantly just all over the place. Clearly, you can see that. And so discus are not for me. Beautiful, but they're not for me right now. Experience with red worms, calaminus. Have no idea, Nubian. I won't claim to know everything about anything, and I have no idea. How's the Gobies and Tropheus thing going? Okay, so that's an update coming Sunday, unless Stephanie Campbell gets me her video. But the Tropheus and Goby are doing well, minus I had a couple of hiccups with the Tropheus, and it was not due to me. Well, I guess it would be due to me because the filter intake is me. Somehow, the right FX6 grate intake came off. The bottom piece just came off. I don't know how it was on there. Mindy said she was in the room, she heard it pop. I was not home at the time, and a Tropheus got. It sucks. This was kind of it didn't cry, but it was painful because these fish they're different than the haps that I've been working with and peacocks. But so he didn't get sucked up, but he died there. And then I had one that looked like it was natural selection. They looked like they took them out. And then I just had one, just out. That was it. There was no signs of anything. Everybody's eating healthy. The water is good. Everything looks phenomenal. They eat well. So I lost 3. And this is what I was told, is that they would almost drop in groups or trifectas. It would seem like a lot, but they would end up kind of leveling themselves out. So I'm hoping that that's the case. As they get bigger, I may pull the Gobies out and put the Gobies in their own tank. I'm not seeing anything for me to do that now, but it's a thought. You're awesome, but work is calling. Go back to work. Are you only about peacocks and haps? Seems and Buna are more active swimmers. So D, the truth, no, I'm not just about that. I've got a kind of a cool little, not a surprise, I've talked about it before, but I've got some Mbuna coming that I'm going to be putting in a tank that I think is going to be really, it's going to be wicked awesome. So look for that soon. How many cichlids could I put in a 90-gallon tank, because I'm going to be getting one soon? Well, you need to figure out what, 90-gallon, is that custom tank? But anyways, 90-gallon peacocks, probably 18. You say cichlids. Cichlids is a broad term. You putting in angelfish, you putting in, you know, discus, are you putting in African cichlids, South American cichlids, Central American cichlids? That's such a loaded question, but if you're talking about African cichlids, more importantly, you're talking about haps or peacocks, I would simply say no more than 18, depending on their size. I might not even put them in there. But as far as Mbuna, you could definitely get probably about 24, 25 smaller sized Mbuna in there. I have probably 4 peacocks and a 120 that won't color up. Yes, I got some real big ones in there. Do you also think, excuse me, that they'll eventually color? Oh, absolutely. I mean, time is key. Now, if it's a female, no. But patience is a thing. So here's a tip. Get a piece of paper and a pen. I'll wait. Oh, that's right. You have a phone or an iPad or a tablet of some sort. Let's jot this down. Look more, touch less. Look at your tank more. Don't touch it as much. Do about an 80-20. 80% looking, 20% touching, and you will find that your tank will accelerate and stabilize. Your fish will flourish faster than anything you could ever think of. And yes, Cali Cichlid Man, all part of the fish keeping hobby. It is ups and downs. Sounds like a normal Tropheus group to me, at least from what I've heard. Still watching mine very close, only 3 weeks in. Yeah, this is, I mean, I've had them. Biggie or Tupac? Tupac. Biggie actually fronted a lot. Biggie said that he was this thug gangster from all this, and it turns out he was not. Still got some phenomenal music, but if I had to choose one or two, Tupac would be the dude for me. Well, when you move, I'll gladly home the Shelleys. They're already down here, so it's not going to mean anything if I move. Unboxing my Fluval 6 as I write this to you. Enjoy, my friend. If you were to get a South American cichlid, which one would it be? I don't know. I like the Feste a lot. I don't know if that's South American. I'm not very good with that. I like the, is it a Panda Uaru? I don't know if that's South American or Central American. But I would do one of those two. Awesome, love watching you and your videos and want to see you with some Mbuna. Well, keep watching. Jay Wilson, have you ever put any dead... CC, you're a piece of crap, dude. I almost read that too. But you are definitely a piece of crap. And you have no place for wasting oxygen like you are. Starting a cichlid tank just because of you, thank you. Ralph Castillo, that is awesome to hear, brother. Enjoy your FX6, be patient, and third thing, be patient. Best advice you can give. Get him out, that's childish. Yeah, I don't have, let me see, I don't think I have the ability. Yeah, I don't have the ability, I just can report it. IFG was the only one that was supposed to be in here, but he failed. Jamie was thinking the same thing. Where are the mods? I have no idea where they are, but the dude's a piece of junk, so we'll get rid of him. I apologize. Somebody who wants to be a mod. Jay, the Kayama background says 48 by 24. Does that include the floor mat? My aquarium is 75 like Mindy's. No, 48 by 24 is for a 48-inch tall tank by 24 inches tall. So that's what it's talking about. The floor, the base, the crawl has nothing to do with it. Peacock tank does look nice though. Yeah, it does, but I've got a secret for this tank. It's going to be really cool. Cheers from Chili J. How are you doing? Yes, I do have Instagram. It is jwool07 and Northfin USA. So, IFG was here. IFG never sticks around long enough to take care of these freaking turds. So I apologize. How many tanks? Just ignore them if you can. What's up with those alligators? I almost forgot. Well, go buy one from Universal Rocks and put it somewhere. How many tanks do you have and do you crossbreed? Absolutely do not crossbreed. I don't condone it. I will not condone it, and I don't like doing it. I don't think it's bad. I'm not a purist. I've had crossbreeds before, but I'm just not a fan. Currently, right now, if you want to be serious about tanks that I mess with daily, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So about 25 tanks, roughly, that I do some sort of maintenance on. Yes. Are you curious? I'm sure you are. What is your favorite African cichlid? Currently, right now, Tropheus. I really enjoy the Neolamprologus brevis sunspot. They're a very nice fish. But right now, it'd have to be Tropheus. This guy's killing me. So here's the deal. I'm going to end this because I have no mods and I don't want this stupid stuff to continue. But I will figure this out for next time. The last couple of times we didn't have this issue, so I apologize. Thank you so much for wasting oxygen for the world. You people have no place in it. And you honestly, you're a Ted. But thank you so much for the people that are participating. I appreciate it. You mean the world. And now I got to figure out how to turn this off without looking like a tool. You know what's next. Holla!
Oh, I can't turn it off.